Hi everyone, it's Little Blue and you're listening to my podcast, aka Little Blue. It's Good Friday. So happy Easter. The Easter bank holiday weekend has officially started. Not that today really felt like a bank holiday. It was really, really strange, but glorious weather. So if you've got a lovely garden that you can sit in or a balcony or an area you can just sit in the sunshine, I really hope you just made the most of it today because believe me, when you don't have it, you really, really miss it. But Baby Blue and I did get up and go for a morning scoot today. We took a different route and I'm really glad we did because it's now given us an alternative route to get into town. And this alternative route is completely off the beaten track. So we hardly saw anyone. The paths were a lot more scooter friendly. And it was a much nicer picturesque walk. So we're going to be doing that more often, I think, when we're going to the further end of town, definitely. And halfway on our walk, we started sort of noticing the sunshine was making us feel a bit hot. And I realised I don't actually have any sun cream. So we popped to Superdrug today because I'd seen yesterday that it was open. Hadn't gone that far into town up until yesterday. So we popped into Superdrug. I got some cream that I've needed for my feet because I've been having trouble with my feet. I got the sun cream, got Baby Blue a couple of drinks, and I treated myself to some face packs. There was so much that I kept thinking, oh my gosh, I couldn't get that in Sainsbury's. Yes, I can get it here. Yes, I can get it here. It's really nice to be able to get it. So yes, we got the sun cream and off we went to find a bench so Baby Blue could have a little bit of a rest and one of her drinks. As we did the route we were taking to go to the benches that we'd thought about, we noticed that one of the cafes was open and he is selling all the essentials. So he's getting fresh eggs, bread, milk, all that sort of thing every day. Toilet rolls he had in there, he had fruit and vegetables in there, and he had hot cross buns. And it's Good Friday. I hadn't bought hot cross buns in my last shop and I quite resided to the fact that we weren't going to get any, so I was really excited, and they are the best hot cross buns I've ever had. They were so light and fluffy and just gorgeous. So glad I did that. The other bonus was I got a cheeky takeaway coffee because he's open, he can do takeaway coffees, and it was just brilliant, so good. So we went and got our hot cross buns. I bought Baby Blue a muffin, got myself a coffee, got some supplies that we needed, packed it all in the backpack, and then we went and sat on a little wall nearby so she could have a bit of the muffin, have a drink, I could have some coffee, and then we could scoot on by. It was just great. It was a really unexpected twist to our morning. And then, we went home in the sunshine pretty much. We also saved a bee today. Where I live in the block of flats, the bees fly in, and if they come right up to the top floor, they can't get out because you can't open the windows. So they die. So whenever I see a bee, I always try and save it. I usually put it on something, bring it into my flat, and then put it out the window. But today I put it onto Baby Blue's umbrella, and whatever was on the end of it, it really liked because it was just licking, like his little tongue was going. So I managed to get him all the way down to the bottom, and then I put him on a dandelion, and he went mad. His tongue was like blah, 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 all over this dandelion. So he got the nutrients he needed to be able to then carry on. Bless him. So saved a bee. Feeling good about that. This is my first bit of positive news for the day. And we saw lots of people. There's a real community spirit feeling where I live as well, and that's so warming. And every time I queue for something, so while we were queuing for Superdrug, I was chatting away to the lady near me in the queue, obviously not directly in front of me, but we were just talking about how wonderful the town was and all the great things that people are doing to support one another and just like things like that. And it truly is just great. I mean, tomorrow I've got to do a medication run for my mum. I've got to go and pick something up from her from the chemist and then take it all the way down to her. So I might get her an Easter egg as well, if she's lucky. And then she's going to give me some printer paper because I haven't been able to get any and I've got a new printer and can't use it. So she's going to give me some printer paper, hopefully some more coffee, and a cross-stitch thing she bought for Baby Blue that is at her house, but Baby Blue would really like to do. So, yeah, we're going to do a bit of an exchange tomorrow, which will be lovely. But, yeah, she's nearly out of her medication, so she's like, could you get me some? Like, yes, of course I can, of course I can. So, doing my good deed for tomorrow as well. I do have a few bits of good news that I noticed. One was, I still haven't watched it yet, though. On YouTube, Russell Howard, the comedian, on his channel on YouTube, he is doing it's almost like Russell Howard's Good News, but he's doing it from his own home. And he's calling it something different, and it is hilarious. And if you want that thing to just make you laugh at the beginning of the day and start your day with a smile and a good old giggle, I really recommend it. I love Russell Howard. I mean, he can be quite vulgar, so if you're not really into your toilet humour, you're probably not into him. But he's, I think he's very funny in a he doesn't like pick on people too much, and I like his comedy. It feels light-hearted and it's very intelligent as well. Another thing that I noticed in my town, actually, we have a farmer's market every Friday. And the fruit and veg stand is still there, bless it. It's all on its own in the market. The market's usually heaving. But there's this one fruit and veg stand that is still there every Friday, which is wonderful because that will be a small business. And they can still sort of make money and sell food. And if you don't want to queue for the supermarket, and because all you need is some fresh fruit and veg, it's fantastic for the town. And there weren't many people there either. I think quite a lot of people presume it's closed. So, but I just thought that was wonderful that the community have still allowed that, because the space it's in is relatively large, so you can still social distance and stuff like that. So, yeah, if you're local to me, pop on down to the market on a Friday morning. The other bit of good news that I wrote down, I've done it again, I saw it and didn't write a lot of things down, was I've seen increasing numbers of stories saying about people who are over 100 who have had coronavirus, have been in hospital and have recovered from it. And if that's not something that is hopeful or just warms the cockles of your heart, I don't know what will. I mean, the one I saw today was the man was 101 and he had recovered. That was over on the news as well. I can't believe I watched the news today. One thing I will say for you and in regards to the news is try not to watch it too much, because if you turn the TV on now, that it's all everyone's talking about. I mean, this morning's a good release. They do talk about it, but they also talk about other things too. But try not to watch it too much. Watch it when you have to. If you know there's a big announcement coming up, watch that. If you suddenly think, oh, I don't actually know what's going on, have a quick heads up. Keep yourself informed, but don't watch it religiously, because you will drive yourself crazy. And I promise you will. And I'm speaking as someone today who, after the wonderful morning that we had this morning, we came home, had lunch, and it's like it flipped. So Baby Blue sort of started getting whingy. She started following me around and not giving me space, because I just wanted a couple of 10 minutes to myself, but she just wouldn't give it to me. And then my PTSD triggers started, and I've been really low this afternoon. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been really low, and I think the thought of Baby Blue and I have now hit the 5-week mark. We have just entered week 5, and that in itself makes me quite sad, because I really didn't think it would go on this long. Because I can remember saying, oh, it's not going to go on as long as Easter. Really? We've got the whole of the end of term and then this to go. And I really, truly hope it's not that long after Easter, because I really want Baby Blue to experience her last term at preschool and see her friends again. And that's another. There's so many little things that are getting to me now and making me feel really blue. So I'm having to cling on to the smaller things. I'm having to go and search for these positive news that I keep talking about. And it does help. It really does. I mean, this morning, the other little thing that happened was we were sat having our breakfast, and all of a sudden I saw this blue tit on the window, and he kept flying away and coming back and flying away. And it was almost like we were the zoo attraction and he was looking in on us. And then my head went to a really strange place thinking, oh my God, what if the animals are treating this coronavirus and the lockdown like a zoo and they can go around and see all the humans in their natural environments? That's how my brain works right now because I've gone crazy. But it was just so cute. So we've called him Birdie Blue. So we've got Little Blue, Baby Blue and Birdie Blue now. We've also got a squirrel called Bud. And the squirrel, he walks down, like there's all these vines going down this brick wall. This brick wall is about 10, 11 feet high. And this squirrel walks down it. It's not like, it's just a flat wall. And he walks down it like Spider-Man. It's mad. So we've called him Bud. We like him because he literally just goes up and down this wall. And then he sort of sneaks into the garden where there's bird feeders and stuff. And then he gets the nuts and then runs off again. We love watching him in the morning. So we've got Bud and Birdie Blue. And then we've got the bees as well. We made this bird feeder out of Oreos that you put around pipe cleaners. And the birds haven't been coming to it, except for I think Birdie Blue has found it now. But the bees absolutely love it. So we're going to make another one for tomorrow and put it up just in case Birdie Blue comes back to see us. And yeah, that was a really lovely, sweet start to the day. So it's things like that I'm having to really cling on to. Just the small little memories that we're making and things that we can do together. But I'm finding it quite exhausting to constantly find stuff to do together. So I do need the odd day where I take time out. And that's what I was trying to do today, but not very successfully, I'm going to admit. So it's important to make memories. It's important to find ways to keep your day going. It's also important not to have too many expectations for yourself, I think, because everybody else is doing the Joe Wicks thing and doing this and doing that. And I'm not really doing it because Baby Blue doesn't want to do it, basically. So I have to sort of sneak off and try to do it by myself. And that's quite hard too. And I can feel myself putting on weight because I'm not walking everywhere. So that's bringing me down too. So it is the bank holiday weekend. I'm going to make a plan ready for next week. So every other day I'm going to do a dance workout class because there's loads. There's Fit Steps, there's OT, there's my old Zumba instructor. So I've got Zumba Fit Steps, DD Mix, which is Darcy Bustle's form, Oti Mabuse, and one of the other Strictly people I was going to do. So yeah, I'm going to sort of alternate the days. I'm still going to do my 15 minutes each day. So by the time I come out of this, I'm going to be like really like toned and gorgeous. That's my thinking anyway. But I'm hoping by giving myself that sort of structure and trying to be disciplined, I will get my mental health back on track. Because for me, routine is a real big thing. And we've got out of routine the last week because we've just been quite relaxed and playing it by ear, which is nice. But yeah, I think we both definitely get quite spiky and get quite tense when we don't have a routine to follow. So that's going to be what next week has in store for us. And I also just wanted to say, if you are having a dip in your mental health, you're feeling low, it doesn't have to be that you've got a mental health condition that's been diagnosed. If you are feeling blue, that's okay. This is a crazy, messed up time. It really is. It's scary. There are people dying. There are people who have lost their families. You see all these really awful sob stories, but then you see these wonderful stories too. So there's so much emotional roller coaster going on each day. It's hard. It's hard to get your head around, no matter who you are. So please don't feel like you're going mad, because I know I do today. I've had a real everyone hates me type day today. But I know they don't. And I know this will end. And I know I just have to stop, take time out and think of me. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get an early night tonight as well because I'm exhausted. I'm probably going to have a shower. I'm going to finish my Pims, which I've made, and just chill and do a face mask because I bought some face masks today as well. So shower, face mask, Pims, set, done. But anyway, Take care of yourself, everyone. Please stay safe. Please don't go out and enjoy the sunshine like in public over this weekend. Be safe, stay in. Take care of yourselves. Bye.